Hi everyone and welcome to Flip Channel. So at this moment, we are going to have your subject for professional education. Specifically, yung subject na kadalasan ay hindi masyadong nakikita niyo sa Facebook or sa YouTube because it's a new subject by the way. So at this point, i-discuss natin siya part by part. So I hope that you will be with me. So, welcome with Introduction to Inclusive and Special Education. Siguro marami nagataka, no? Bakit kaya ito nakasama sa curriculum? And at the same way, bakit kaya konti lang yung may konti lang yung resources ngayon? Because it's a new subject, kakalagay lang siya ni CHED in the CMO. Kaya it's a new curriculum already. So 3 years ago, I think it's new. So for this time, it will be just an introduction, just to give you a glimpse tungkol saan nga ba tong subject na to. So we're going to talk about that and let's start with the definition of the main variables which are inclusive and special education. Ayun muna yung pag-usapan natin. How are these two different from each other? Okay, so what's the difference between inclusive to special education? I think na naririnig nyo na dati si special education. Okay, naririnig nyo na yan. Pero unahin muna natin yung inclusive. Ano bang meron kay inclusive? According to this, inclusive education focuses on the view of disability that results on how to cope from the interaction between the environment and the condition of the person with disability. So, right now, in the 21st century, hindi na lang yung mga disability na tinatawag natin yung, for example, walang mata, walang braso or something, yung physically, kahit mentally, emotionally, they are also part of the people who we can call as disabled. Pero medyo negative pa rin siya kung titingnan, no? Pero that's inclusive education. It's about making a person included, okay, in the educational system, in a classroom. However, yung special education, dito tayo very familiar na. Whenever we talk about special education, it emanates from a medical view of the disability. So, they see this one in a medical way. Sabi ko nga, hindi na lang siya physically, emotionally, kapag clinically diagnosed, it's part of a disability and focuses on correcting the deficits of a person to enable them to function effectively in the society. Ngayon, ma'am, parang parehas naman sila. Ano po bang pinagkaiba ng dalawang to? They are both talking about the disability. Well, here's the thing. Special education, anong mapapansin niyo sa mga school na that talks about special education? Di ba sila lang din? Yung mga students na may disability, magkakasama sila, and then there's a teacher, a guide, who helps them to actually cope and function effectively doon sa classroom na yon. However, in inclusive education, this is what we call as mainstreaming. Okay? Ang ginagawa natin, ini-include na natin yung mga disabled students sa classroom. Okay? Sa classroom ng mga students na hindi disabled. Okay? Ayoko tawagin normal because I think everyone is normal. It's just that they have this kind of disability. Okay, so ayun po yun. In a regular class, I think that's a perfect term, ipapasok natin si students with disability. So that's the difference. Again, in special education, when we talk about this one, all of the students included in the classroom are disabled. However, in inclusive education, you are including disabled student in a regular class. Ito yung kadalasan na magiting sa public school. Or kahit sa private man din, kapag may regular yung class, tapos bigla may ipapasok minsan na disabled student or kaya part ng special education program para lang makapag-cope sila doon sa, ganito pala yung real world. Hindi lang yung sila lang. Okay, so that's the difference. I hope that we're clear about this too. Okay? So let's continue. That's why we are talking about this in special and inclusive education. Bakit nga ba ito kasama sa curriculum? Because this course will address the need to prepare the teachers to handle students with disabilities in both segregated and inclusive setting. So, ibig sabihin, you as a secondary teachers preparing to be teachers in the future, you will handle students like this. And using this subject, it will give you a foundation as to how to cope with them and to have background knowledge. Ano ba yung pinanggagalingan ng mga students na to? Okay? So, let's proceed now. Okay, saan ang galing itong inclusive education natin? This is part of the Department of Education Handbook on Inclusive Education 2000 edition. I'm not sure kung may bago na silang edition. I think meron. Pero ayan, dun siya galing. So, what does it envision? Ano bang gustong magdating itong inclusive education? Number one, a child with special needs. Ayan, ito yung perfect term. Not really disabled student, but a child with special needs will get a full parental and community support for his or her education without any discrimination. Ngayon kasi iniiwasan na natin na sinesegregate natin, ito hindi normal, ito abnormal. X na yon. Okay? As much as possible, we are accepting everyone without discrimination, no biases. Okay? That's what we wanted to happen. And then, the special child should be provided with healthy environment along with the leisure and recreation and social security measures. The thing is, kadalasan yung mga student with special needs, hindi na sila nag-aaral. Kasi, first, mahal magpaaral ng may special needs. Kasi nga, yung facility, maraming kailangang gamot, maraming kailangang yung mga resources, books. Kaya naman, tinarget ngayon ni DepEd na mas makater sila so that they will have the ability to go to class. And then, it does not only include students with disabilities, ito na yung inclusive education, hindi lang siya doon sa mga with special needs. Okay, it also, those students who are gifted and very talented, yung sobrang talino, yung parang sasabihin natin henyo, they are also part of this inclusive education. Alam niyo ba na kahit yung mga ganong student, nabubully rin sila. Okay, meron pa rin discrimination na, masyado na ito matalino, dapat hindi na ito nasa klase ko. Mga ganon, di ba? May mga ganyang scenario. So, that is our target. We wanted to include them as much as possible. Okay? Then the Technical Committee on Special Education coined as students with additional needs, di ba? Mas okay din to. Ito na yung bagong term. So, nakita niyo yung term, no? Inaayos na natin from disabled student with special needs, parang hindi pa rin sila nakontento na, special needs, parang iba pa rin kakaiba. So, they just make it as students with additional needs. Parang nakikita may perception natin. Nag-iiba kasi yung perception natin kapag sinabi natin student with additional need. Normal pa rin kasi sila. It's just that they have this kind of, they have this part of them that needs more. Okay? Halimbawa, ikaw, kahit naman hindi ka belong sa disabled student, most of the time naman, you have this kind of needs. I think everyone are complex. Parang lahat naman tayo, kung titingnan mo, we are disabled. Parang we have part of us that has flaws, right? Kaya ang tinatawag na lang nila dito, students with additional needs, at yan yung gagamitin nating term para hindi din siya offensive. Okay, hindi nakaka-offend doon sa mga may gulang, may mga kamag-anak na ganito. Kasi minsan kapag sinasabi natin, ay abnormal, ay special child yan, medyo may negative connotation na siya. At ayun yung i-avoid natin. Okay? So, what are the goals of inclusive education? Kung dun sa nabanggit ko, kung meron pa siyang goals. Let's have this. Okay. To provide children with special needs appropriate or educational services with the mainstream of basic education. Ipaparanas natin sa kanila yung pakiramdam ng regular class. Okay? Kasi most of the time, na-discriminate sila, hindi sila pwedeng pumasok sa ganong classroom. Kasi nga yung iba rin naman, meron sila halimbawa, temper issues. So, maybe a maximum time, meron silang ibibigay na particular time, pwede silang maging included doon sa regular class. To enhance strategical key areas in human resource and development. Ito pa, sa pag-apply, employment. Okay, kapag ba you are a student with additional needs, bawal ka na magtrabaho, hindi ka na ba pwedeng magkapamilya, hindi ka na ba pwedeng tumulong sa lipunan? No. The goal of inclusive education is to let as much as everyone, okay, to have a contribution to our society. And that's their goal. Hindi naman nila ito ginagawa for nothing, di ba? Siyempre, meron din silang para tong investment na when we do this, there are a lot more people na magkakatrabaho at mag-flourish yung economy. Okay? Kasi isipin mo, kung hahayaan mo lang sila, hindi sila nag-work, hindi sila nag-aaral, diba, mas pababa yung mga employed at pangit yun sa ekonomiya ng Pilipinas. Okay? So, ayan. So, how do we do this in order to achieve these goals? Number one, we have to have this responsiveness to rights. All children have rights. So, we have to give them their own rights. Two, sensitivity and responsiveness to context. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo, kaya nag-iiba tayo ng term. Nagsabi tayo ng additional needs. Kasi nga, we have to be sensitive. Diba? Kahit nga ngayon with the LGBTQA, for example, ayan yung mga issues na we have to be very sensitive. Now, also with students with special needs or additional needs, we also need to be sensitive. Hindi tayo basta-basta nagbibitaw ng mga salita because there's an impact to that. Also, responsiveness, kapag ba may need sila, paano ba tayo nag-react? Kapag ba mayroong nag-tantrum sa klase mo, anong gagawin mo? Ba? Aawayin mo na ba agad? Di ba gano'n, no? So, that's also one. Kaya nga responsiveness, how do you respond proactively? Lastly, no learner left behind. This is one of the DepEd's advocacy that no student should be left behind when it comes to the education. So, dapat lahat tayo, tila tayo, aangat, ganyan. Okay. Although, minsan magiging negative din siya in a different lens to na parang walang binabagsak, di ba? Kasi nga no learner left behind, or kaya masyadong nahihirapan si teacher. Kasi maganda naman yung intention. However, yung strategic plan nila, kung paano nila i-implement, medyo hindi pa maayos. So, however, ayan yung goal nila, that no learner will be left behind, which is actually a good advocacy. Okay, so what are the scope? Ano pa sakop nito, ma'am, ng inclusive education? So, tingnan natin. So, general education authorities are responsible for the education of persons with disabilities in integrated setting. So, ibig sabihin, those authorities at StepEd mismo, sila yung responsible as to how to make these learners be included in the classroom. Siyempre sila magpaplano. Paano nga bang mangyayari? Number two, hindi lang dapat yung Department of Education. Parents and organizations, okay, should also be involved. Hindi lang, sabi ko nga sa inyo, hindi lang dapat si teacher, si principal, si heads ang nakikialam. The big part of the student is the family. Okay, particularly the parents. Paano nga ba, ano ba bang ginagawa ng parents para suportahan palalo yung progress ng bata? Okay, in states where education is compulsory, it should be provided to girls and boys with all kinds and all levels. So, kahit yung pinaka-severe, pwede silang maging parte ng inclusive education. Hindi porke na ikaw na yung pinaka-severe doon sa level na yon, ikukulong ka na lang. No, that's not the point. Okay, everyone, kaya nga inclusive, everyone is included. So, special attention should be given, pero there will be special attention. Although all will be included, meron tayong mga particular na dapat mas bigyang pansin. Number one, very young children, yung sobrang bata. Kasi ito, siguro yung processing pa nila, hindi pa nila gaanong naiintindihan yung mga bagay-bagay. So, special attention yan. Pangalawa, preschool children. Very young then. And lastly, adults with disabilities, particularly women. Parang they have this kind of protection against women, protection for women, okay, against harassment. Okay, so ayan yung mga special attention na binibigyang pansin. First scope, so to accommodate educational provisions for persons with disabilities. Ito naman yung mga dapat gawin. Okay, ano po yung mga dapat gawin kapag in-include ito sa curriculum? So first, kailangan merong clear stated policy. So dapat, ano bang susundin? Ano bang gagawin? Ano bang batas dito? Kapag nagka-problema, ano ba mangyayari? Okay, so ayan po dapat yung kasama doon sa scope. Number 2, ano pa yung dapat lamanin? Ano pa meron dapat sa state? Sa policy? Curriculum flexibility. Alam naman natin na everyone is unpredictable. What will you do if it did not go according to your plan? So there should be flexibility. Then, provide quality materials. So dapat yung mga materials, resources, kompleto. Hindi yung kung ano yung binigay mo doon sa mga regular students, you will also give it to students with additional needs. Though, that is the point. Most of the time, we still have to give them additional resources. And then, in situations where the general school system does not yet adequately meet the needs of all the person, halimbawa, hindi na-meet ng school system itong mga tatlong to, hindi pa na-meet, anong gagawin? So, pwede naman na special education muna. Wag muna inclusive education. Gets po? Kaya nga, flexible eh. Kapag hindi kaya, huwag ipilit. Kasi minsan, kapag pinipilit natin na hindi kaya, lumalala lang yung sitwasyon. Owing to the particular communication needs of deaf and deafblind person, their education may be more suitably provided in schools for such person or special classes and units in mainstream schools. So halimbawa ito, yung mga deaf and blind persons, no, may mga cases tayo na hindi sila pwede talaga sa regular classroom. Paano kung deaf nga? Paano makikinig din sa discussion? Diba? So special classes can be provided. Okay? So, ayan po yung scope ng inclusive education. I hope na kahit papaano medyo malinaw na siya. So, here's a very short activity. Let's identify if it's true or false. Sige. Number 1, inclusive education and special education are the same. Number 2, no learners left behind means learning can be achieved for those who can make it. Number 3, a regular school can be exempted to not establish special education. 3 key questions. Okay, I will not reveal here the answer. It's up to you. You can go back to the video or to the discussion we have and let's see kung kung tama ba or mali yung sagot nyo. You have your own processing for that. Okay? Alright. Pwede nyo i-comment siguro sa comment box natin yung mga sagot niya sa tatlong to. Kung talagang nanood kayo para malaman ko kung sino ba talaga yung umabot sa part na to. Okay, so let's proceed now with inclusive education in different countries. Na-discuss ko na sa inyo yung sa Pilipinas. Paano naman yung sa ibang bansa? Meron din sila nito. Okay, so isa-isahin natin. Ayan. So it's more fun in the Philippines. Ayan yung dati nating tawag dito, logo or tagline. Ngayon, it will be love the Philippines we love. Kasi ngayon ko siya, kino-correlate natin doon sa nangyayari sa inclusive and special education. So, we love everyone in our class. That's the thing. So, how is inclusive education mandated? Ito, yung pag-uusapan natin sa mga susunod na videos about this one. Okay, pag-uusapan natin yan isa-isa. So, nakikita niyo mga batas. Sabi kanina, dapat part na siya ng batas bago siya i-implement. So, check na yun sa atin because it's already part of our policy. Okay? So matagal na rin talaga na kailangan included. Parang ito yung reference. Kaya na-establish natin si inclusive education. In the same manner, the country is signatory to international documents. Hindi lang pang Pilipinas yung pinirmahan natin regarding sa inclusive education. May mga pinirmahan din tayo sa ibang bansa na we are actually implementing inclusive education. Nakakahiya naman kung hindi i-implement, di ba? So, ayan. Tignan nyo, ito. UN, United Nations Conventions on the Rights of Child, ano pa? World Declaration on Education for All, Ancient Strategy to Make Rights Deal, and then UNESCO. So this four, ito yung mga apat na signatories na pinirmahan natin that we are actually related with in inclusive education. So some facts we have here. Si Senator Cheese Escudero, I think you're familiar with him, yung asawa ni Heart Evangelista. Ayan. So, he's the chairperson back then of the Committee of Education. So, Arts and Culture gave a sponsorship speech on the floor introducing the first draft of the Inclusive Education Bill. So, siya yun, yung nagbigay ng speech na nag-introduce ng IE. Okay? So, inclusive education, IE yun ha. And then, this is how they view it. Look at the speech ha. Dynamic approach of responding positively, okay, not negatively. We look at the perception, we look at the condition of our students positively to pupil diversity and seeing individual differences not as problems, but as opportunities for enriching learning. Gone are the days na dinidisregard natin pag kakaiba, dinidisregard natin kapag ayaw nila yung gusto natin. We, right now, in the 21st century, are actually embracing, okay, the flaws, or maybe the features, your unique features that you have. Kasi minsan, yung mga unique features na yan, ayun yung way para mas makilala, para mas gumanda, hindi lang yung buhay mo, kundi yung state ng bansa. Malay mo, no, halimbawa, yung, sabi nga nila, pag bingi ka, yung sight mo daw, sobrang talas. Or kaya pag bulag ka naman, yung pandinig mo, sobrang talas. So there's something in you that other people don't have. Okay, so that's the thing. So we see that as an opportunity. Kaya na-establish lalo si IE. And then, do you think imposing IE in the Philippines is urgent? Why or why not? Okay, just a question. Do you think it's right? It's only right to impose this? Okay. So these are the reasons why. One of 5, 20% PWDs are school-aged children and adolescent aged 5 to 19. So nag-survey sila at na-realize nila na 20% daw ng PWDs natin mga nag-aaral. Okay? So ibig sabihin, kaya kung hindi natin ito i-establish, may possibility na mag-stop na lang sila because they can't afford to be in a special education class. Although may mga tumatanggap naman na public school na special education pero konti, hindi yun sasapat. Okay? So na-establish na tong IE. Ano pa? So the rights of this disproportionate number of PWDs were regularly violated. Kadalasan, na-discriminate sila, hindi tinatanggap sa trabaho. Minsan, hindi tinatanggap sa school. Okay? Parang sinasabi, may medical something. So without IE, patuloy pa rin itong mangyayari. Okay. So, naalala nyo kanina, may pinirmahan tayo sa Pilipinas. So, UNESCO, 4 key elements of inclusion. So, ito yung nilalaman ng pinirmahan natin. So, ibig sabihin, pinirmahan, gagawin. Ganon. Yun yung expected sa atin. So, inclusion is a process. Hindi siya agad-agad na, hindi siya yung finish line, hindi rin siya yung umpisa. Proseso yan ha. Hindi naman one time, big time na, okay, included ka na. No, it's not like that. Kailangan mo siyang buuin sa pagkatao na you are included, you belong to this class. So, concerned with identification and removal of barriers. Hindi yung nasa classroom, gagawan mo ng wall na, you're different, you should not be part of this. So that's it. Third, inclusion is about presence, participation, and achievement of all students. After all, we are aiming of opportunities, okay, kung anong magandang mangyayari sa mga estudyante. It also involves particular emphasis on the group of learners who may be at risk of marginalization, exclusion, or underachievement. So, sinasama na natin lahat ng mga nabubuli, lahat ng mga hindi maganda yung tingin sa kanila just because of these additional needs that they need to have. Okay? So, ayan po yun. So, sabi ko sa inyo, doon na tayo sa ibang countries. These are the different countries. United States, ayan, meron na silang IE. At ito po, sa kanilang galing yung No Child Left Behind Act na in-adapt din natin. Okay, so walang may iwan, lahat ay accountable para yung bata ay patuloy na mag-aral. Education for all handicapped children. Handicapped din yung another term for disabled. A protection for American students with disabilities against discriminatory. Okay. So, napapanood niyo sa mga palabas, di ba? Kung nanonood kayo siguro Netflix, Disney, yan. Di ba may mga students with special needs that they are in a regular class? Well, because of this type of acts in US. India, ayan, din yan. So, meron din silang PIED, or PIED, PIED. I'm not sure how they pronounce this one. Pero yan. So, it strengthens, again, integration of learners with disabilities into regular school. Parang IE lang din natin. Tandaan niyo, yung mga to, other version nila, pero inclusive education din. So, meron din tayo. Yung kanina, yung diniscuss ko, ayun yung sa atin. Japan. Yung Japan, meron din. So, special education to special needs education. Look at that. They changed the term. Hindi na special education. Nilagyan nila ng needs sa gitna. So, alam nyo kasi pag binabago yung tawag, nababago rin yung tingin. Kaya very effective kapag ganyan yung ginagawa natin. Focuses on the needs rather than the disabilities. Tama nga naman. Kapag nagtuturo ka, hindi mo titingnan yung bata na, ay, ang ano naman ito, ang slow. Ba't naman ang slow? Hindi ka dun magpo-focus. What you have to focus here is, anong kailangan ito? Bakit kaya siya slow? Ano kayang pwede kong gawin para medyo mapabilis or maka-keep up siya sa discussion ko? Okay? So, yan yung goal ni Japan. Korea. Meron din sa Korea, naman, special education laws. So, batas naman yung kanila para sa mga disabilities. Special education classes. So, si Korea, special education classes pa rin. So, pero, ayun lang yung tawag, pero inclusive education din. Online-based. Yan. Online-based po. Yung meron din training si teacher for this kind of education. And yeah, that's it. So we have Korea, Japan, US, India, that also have their own kind of inclusive education. So, remember, education is the gateway to full participation in the society. Ang goal ni IE, lahat tayo may contribution sa bansa. They have different way of mandating inclusive education, but what is their commonality? Sige nga, what are the commonalities, or what is the commonality between these countries, including the Philippines? Why we have IE? So, I think you know the answer to that. And yeah, that will be it for the introduction of special and inclusive education. I hope that you will be with me till the next time. Do not forget, we will have a 10 item quiz regarding this discussion. So continue following and liking Flip channel for this session. Bye-bye and happy learning.